I'm now going to show you one of my recipes for cauliflower and potato curry with some chickpeas that were left over from my shakshuka recipe the other day. So I've got some cauliflower. This is local cauliflower. It was a massive cauliflower. It's the size of a football. So this is what I've got left. This has been washed. I have also chopped a few potatoes. These are local potatoes. They've also been soaked in cold water for about half an hour and then rinsed to get out some of the starches. And I've got 2 onions and half a can of chickpeas. So the first thing I'm going to do is, you can do this recipe on the stovetop and it would probably be ready within about half an hour, but this is another of my slow cooker recipes. So to start with, I'm going to turn the slow cooker to high, just to heat it up for about half an hour before the liquids go in. Now I'm going to put in about 2 tablespoons of coconut oil into a largish pan. There'll be enough to serve 4 people in this recipe. So the oil is heated up now, so I'm going to add the 2 onions, and these will cook off for about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm also going to add the curry paste that I made earlier. Add some salt and pepper and give it a stir through. Now to the pot, I'm going to add a bit of cinnamon bark, a star anise, a few cardamoms and a couple of cloves. I'm also going to add some dried chilli. You can add a diced whole chilli if you prefer, with the seeds removed, but I like the seeds. It depends how hot you like your curries. I'm also going to add some turmeric, probably about a teaspoon, rough teaspoon. Turmeric is a really good anti-inflammatory. It's so helpful. It's one of the superfoods. So if you can get hold of some, put it in. I'm also going to add some dried curry leaves as well, which also add to the flavour. If you can cook this curry and leave it overnight in the fridge to marinate, it will be even tastier tomorrow. I'm going to add a little bit of liquid to stop the spices from burning. And I'm also going to add about a teaspoon of dill. But I think dill goes really well with cauliflower. And that might not be what you would expect in an Indian curry, but I like that flavour. You don't have to add it though if you don't want to. So I'm going to put the potatoes in now and stir those through, and I'm going to add the cauliflower and chickpeas. And I'm going to stir it through the spices. And so I'm going to add a squeeze of lemon juice, just to give it a piquant taste. Again, you don't have to add that, or you could add lime if you wanted. And I'm going to add some ground almonds as well, because I really like ground almonds in curry. They help to thicken it up as well. I want this to be a nice, creamy, thick curry. And I'm going to add some water as well. And I'm using the blender jar to get all the last bit of the curry paste out of it. And then finally a little more salt and pepper. This has been cooking for about 5 minutes or so now. I'm going to take this off the heat and put it into the slow cooker, but it would probably take another 15 to 20 minutes to cook on the stove top, and during which time you can prepare your rice or whatever you want to go with it. in about 5 or 10 minutes. You could probably add coconut milk if you like. I'm going to put this now into the slow cooker and leave it for about 90 minutes. So about half an hour now from the end of cooking time, I'm just going to put in some chopped up cream coconut. This has been in the fridge, it's just a little bit of what I have left. I'm going to stir that through. If you've got a bigger pan, you can maybe put in some coconut milk instead. That should all melt it in and it will be absolutely delicious. So now, while that had its last half hour, we can think about cooking the rice. I'm going to do some brown rice with coconut. I've got a cup full here. This is about 150 grams. You want 75 grams of raw rice per person. I'm going to put it into the sieve and I'm going to rinse it through, and then I'm going to put it in a pan filled with water and a bit of salt, and then I'll cook it off until it's tender. This goes on the stove. The rice is ready now, so I'm going to drain it through a colander and then rinse it through with hot water and return it to the pan. This has been rinsed through in boiling water to get the starches out. I've added a bit of desiccated coconut, about 2 tablespoons, and mixed it through, and that's going on the stove with the lid on just to steam off for a few minutes, and then we'll be ready to serve. The curry's ready now, the rice is ready, so I'm going to plate it up. You don't have to do it like this, you can just put the rice in the middle if you want to, but I just think it looks rather attractive. A few mini poppadoms. And there we have it, my cauliflower and potato curry with coconut brown rice and a few cheeky poppadoms.